Trees aren't green, roses gray, skies are vague blue, come my way. My room is a mess, it could use a hand. My favorite TV show is the picture in. I know my...
Welcome to another video. This is all about getting my life back together, kick-starting the year off strong, identifying what it means for me to have my life together, making a checklist, moving through the checklist on a daily as my healthiest and best and most productive self. The first thing I'm going to do is work out and do a little Pilates workout.
Hello everyone, I will be doing an upper
surprise. I think the last time I'm sleepwalking through all of my problems. No, I can't make it through. Every night is the same. I keep running fast, wondering where my head's gone. I'm sleepwalking through all of my problems.
I put on a jumper because it's really cold. I'm just going back into my Notion and looking at the goals. I wanted to explain to you how I set my goals. What I do is that I differentiate between what is a vision and what is the goal. The version of myself that is already living that life, having the body, feeling the way I want to feel, and looking at the choices that she makes on a daily and the habits that she has integrated and really established, meaning she does them effortlessly. What I do is I go into my Notion. Let me actually just show you a little bit. So here's my Notion, and I made it kind of pretty. It's really not done yet because it's the first time I've been working with Notion. Here's like a brain dump. There's something that I wanted to do where I realized a Berlin vlog could be really cool, a little bit of inspiration. And then I have productivity. This always stays the same because it's productive tasks that I can do daily. And so I've got my daily habits. I decided to be doing 3 creative tasks a day as well as 3 productive tasks, but not on the weekend. Because I do want to give myself like 2 days that are in a more flexible, flowy, I do whatever I want to do kind of day. And put my productive task in there. Last video I made my vision board. Once I did my vision board, it gave me a lot of inspiration for small goals that I want to incorporate into my 2024, and they're really not like necessarily the most important ones, but they definitely will bring me joy or just make me feel really good. This is what I mean when we do certain things like reflecting on the last year. It's gonna give you a lot of input on what you want to take into this year, what you don't want to take, what needs to shift, what needs to change. When we create a vision board, seeing specific visuals and images may create an inspiration within you. Me, for instance, I want to do a pottery or art class, so something creative. I want to get into the splits simply because I've always wanted to do it. I've started this so many times and I never actually finished doing it. I feel like it's time to hold this promise that I've made probably a couple of years ago. I've got my matcha, so you know what time it is. It's time for matcha therapy. Today's matcha therapy is really in alignment with this video. So in this video, it's really a matter of getting out of a rut, getting my life back together. It's really, really cool and interesting to reflect on this and be like, what can I actually stick to? What are actually goals, New Year's resolutions, things in my life I want to change, and how can I actually change them in a consistent and also sustainable way? And that's what this year is about for me, like, because I have the pattern of really being motivated and fully committing, and then at some point my routine is breaking away because the tasks and goals that were too much to integrate in a busy everyday life, because of course we're all busy. Noticed with myself, and shout out to you if you know you would do the same. I was like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna start those healthy habits once the move is done. And then I thought about this and I was like, oh my God, this is like the self-sabotaging that I do. It's a cliche, I'm gonna start on Monday, and then Monday comes and it's not the perfect Monday, so we're gonna postpone it even more into the future. And so I guess as much as therapy, what I really want to bring across is start now. You don't need to do it perfect and you don't need to do everything, but what is a step forward? Taking a tiny step forward, what is something small that we can establish today? Especially if we are busy moving, especially if we are organizing a lot of stuff and we're really just living that busy life right now. Especially then, I do want to make sure I have my healthy habits in place because they're going to support me and they're going to make sure that I feel my best while going through a busy season. This is really the key message, is starting now. And you don't need to start big. Just start now. Start with a small thing. Like for instance, let's say you feel like you never have a moment for yourself, start with 5 minutes in the morning for yourself where you just sit in silence, sit with yourself, take a breath, make yourself a matcha, whatever that is. It doesn't need to be a whole night. It doesn't need to be every second day. It can start with like 5 minutes for yourself. It's more about consistently taking steps forward than taking a massive step and then stopping, not doing anything and feeling like you failed or disappointed yourself because you didn't stick with your routine. When we set goals, it comes from a desire to change, it comes from a desire maybe to have more, to shift, to feel better. There is a desire. Going to the gym or doing a workout, it can feel really dreading when you're tired and you're sabotaging yourself and your ego's telling you like, oh, I'm lazy, I don't want to do it. But when you connect before to why am I working out? Why is it important to me to move my body? It's so much easier to show up for the habit that is going to help you co-create your vision. Coming back to desire, bringing joy into your journey and starting now. The moment you have an urge, the moment you have a thought, the moment you have an idea, to write that down and ask yourself, how can I integrate it now? How can I make it really easy for myself? How can you create the path of least resistance in everything you do? How can we take imperfect action that actually allows us to show up for ourselves and make it really easy in the moments that we feel resistant? And I hope that you enjoyed this and that it gives you so much inspiration. And I also want you to know no one is perfect. Even the people you see on social media or you feel like they have their life together, mastery takes time. It probably wasn't like that in the beginning. To find something that is really fueling you and that brings you joy. I just wanted to share that as well because I know it can look really disheartening or sometimes it feels like our vision and our dreams feel so far away, but I promise you they're just a few consistent steps away from you. When you shift your focus on how can I make the journey and the habits and the choices the best for myself and for my life and for how I'm gonna feel, you're going to end up as the happiest version of yourself. And no goal is going to bring you more happiness than creating a journey towards a goal that is filled with happy moments, happy choices, and moments that make you feel good. I literally just found this nail in our spinach. Where is she planning to go? It's kind of cute, but it's also so gross. What are you doing, girl? I've been making green juice and I have apple cider vinegar shots because they're so good for my stomach, and I know they don't taste so good, so the resistance to take them is really high, and I know it's really easy to just put a little bit in your glass, put some water and drink it, but I created those little shots, creating a path of least resistance. What I'm gonna do next is create like healthy, nice cream Snickers bars. I soaked the dates in hot water, so I'm gonna just rinse them quickly, and then I'm gonna put them into the blender. I'm actually gonna leave a little bit of the hot water in there because I know the NutriBullet and it needs a little bit of water, so 4 teaspoons of peanut butter. And this is what we have. So got a little bit of the caramel. Then we're gonna put on the banana.
Where did it go? The feeling of thirst, desire to be a rock in my heels. Numbers of poison flows in my veins. Guess I get used to avoiding the pain. I know
Time for coffee and for the homemade
must
Snickers.
get
Nice.
back in the fight. This can't be a surprise.
I mean, I'm not a sweet tooth, so every time I want to do sweet stuff with coffee. Good morning. It is the next morning. I'm still getting ready. I just did my Pilates workout. I'm drinking my supplement, which is, by the way, not the AG one. I can link the one that I used here. I just used the bottle. I created my Notion yesterday, but it took so much more time than I thought because I really had to first figure it out. Today is the next day, and we're gonna implement a lot of the habits that I've planned, not waiting until Monday. The first thing is to daily stick to my supplement routine, and the next thing is to make a protein smoothie every morning, because I do really know that when you have protein the first thing in the morning, it supports your body so well and actually makes such a big difference in your fat muscle ratio. Like, that's what I've noticed, and recently I've been hearing it everywhere. I'm not a protein smoothie girl. I think I need to have it first thing in the morning, or like when I get a little bit hungry, but I'm not super hungry yet, because when I get really hungry, I definitely will not want a smoothie, but like an avocado toast or something like that. For a while, I had a protein smoothie every single morning, and it was really good because I don't want to spend much time cooking breakfast in the morning, and I prefer to cook like a proper lunch and just have a really quick breakfast. And so obviously if you have a protein smoothie and it's already in the fridge, it's really easy and really quick. I was doing this for a week or something. I felt more toned. Apparently that really makes sense, which I didn't know before, and that's what we're integrating back, because then I already know the first meal is going to support my body, it's going to support my fitness goals, which doesn't mean that I'm not going to have an avocado toast at some point afterwards, but I will treat it like a supplement routine.
What do? You're going to make it so simple. This is legitimately fail-proof. You are going to have between 30 and 50 grams of protein at that first meal. You're not going to have over 30 grams or so of carbohydrates for that first meal, because we don't want to kind of skew this insulin and give you this robust response. Again, I'm giving broad...
Already a protein milk as well. I think this is in my head, but I kind of feel already really great for just drinking this. Like, drinking this already gave me a lot of energy, which I don't think that works that quickly. But it might be also just a promise I've made to myself to make a smoothie and drink it in the morning. And I don't know, just the vibe a smoothie gives you. So I highly recommend adding this to your routine, especially if you're super busy. I guess having like a smoothie or just adding some extra protein and making sure it has loads of good things in it. I added some chia, I added some hemp seeds as well, which has also protein and is a great source of fiber. So this is it.
I'm sleepwalking through all my problems and all of my problems and maybe I need a break. Maybe that's why I fade into this bitter taste. I think a
You
little
will be seeing me in this a lot because it's just so cold, and I always throw it over when I go out.
all of my problems and maybe I need a break. Maybe that's why I fade into this bitter taste. I think I'll let it be. Trees aren't green, the ocean is gray, sky is a vague blue, come away. My room is a mess, it could use a hand. My favorite TV shows to capture in. I know must get it right, must get back in the fight. This can't be a surprise. I think I'll let it slide. I'm sleepwalking through all of my problems and I can't make it through. Every night it's the same. I keep running fast, left and right, wondering where my head's gone. I'm sleepwalking.
I'm already in my PJs and I'm gonna take a shower now and finish this very productive weekend or a couple of days in my life. Thank you so much for being here. I love you so much.
shows to capturing. I know I must get it right. Must get back in